In my latest video series 88, we discussed and understood fund-based and non-fund-based credit limits, term loan and working capital, sources of working capital funds, and one of the non-fund based credit limit, namely the bank guarantee. While this video series 89, let us discuss another non-fund based credit product, namely letter of credit. The objective of today's discussion is the need for a letter of credit, the parties involved in the letter of credit mechanism, the process of letter of credit. We will be discussing the opening bank, advising bank, confirming bank, negotiating bank, reimbursing bank involved in the LC mechanism. Suppose there is a buyer and a seller. Each of them do not have any past trade transaction experience. The buyer is requesting the seller to send goods. Seller is worried whether the buyer will pay if the goods are dispatched directly. He demands payment of advance before sending the goods. Now the buyer is worried what is the certainty that the seller will dispatch the goods after receiving the advance. The seller and the buyer, they are interested in the trade transaction. Each of them have their own worries. Seller is worried about the receipt of the payment and the buyer is worried about the receipt of the goods. The probable solution to this sort of problem is utilizing the bill collection service offered by the banks. Now let us understand the bill collection service. Seller dispatches the goods to the buyer. Seller submits the documents to a bank for collection. Seller is certain that the document will be handed over to the buyer only if he pays the amount involved. This is what is known as a bill collection service, where the seller and the buyer are utilizing their bankers for the bill collection service. In this type of transaction, there is a risk. The risk is there is no guarantee that the buyer will surely pay the amount and take delivery of the goods. It is possible that the buyer changes his mind and refuses to make payment and take delivery of the goods. In such an eventuality, the seller stands to lose heavily, as it may be impossible or extremely costly to get back the goods which is already dispatched to the seller. To guard against such eventualities, the seller may insist on a guarantee from the buyer's bank that the bills drawn on the buyer will definitely be paid. Now look at a manufacturer of shoes in India and a business enterprise in US which is interested in importing the shoes manufactured by the Indian company. The manufacturer of shoe in India intends exporting the products to US. Worried whether the firm in USA will make payment after taking delivery of the consignment. Now look at the business enterprise in US. Interested in importing the shoes from India, worried whether the manufacturer in India will maintain the quality and ship the goods as per the required schedule. In these circumstances, settlement of trade becomes much easier if a mutually acceptable third party guarantee the payment to the manufacturer or the exporter, as well as delivery of the merchandise to the buyer, the importer. Here is where the letter of credit play its role. A letter issued by the buyer's bank to the seller guaranteeing payment of the bills drawn by the seller on the buyer subject to compliance of conditions mentioned in the letter is called a letter of credit. That is, the buyer's bank gives a guarantee to the seller that if the bills are drawn as per the terms mentioned in the letter of credit, on the due date, the buyer's bank will make payment to the seller. The manner in which the opening bank is the buyer's bank, will effect payment is described in the letter of credit. Let us understand the process. The buyer and seller agrees to the terms and conditions of the transactions first. Once the terms and conditions are decided between the buyer and the seller, the buyer approaches his bank to open a letter of credit in favor of the seller. That is, the buyer's bank has to establish an LC in favor of the seller. Now the buyer's bank opens the LC and transmits the LC to the seller. That is, the buyer's bank, which is called as issuing bank or opening bank, give an assurance to the seller to make payment on the due date, provided the seller presents the document which comply with the terms and conditions stipulated in the letter of credit. So the issuing banks or opening banks establishing the LC is subject to the condition that the seller need to comply with all the terms and conditions given in the letter of credit. Now the seller receives the LC. So the seller receives the LC from the buyer's bank directly. The seller doesn't know anything about the buyer's bank which have opened the LC. The seller may not be able to verify the authenticity of the LC. The seller's bank or any other bank in seller's country will verify the authenticity of the LC and confirms the same to the seller. This process of verification of authenticity of the LC and conveying the same to the seller is known as advising LC. Let us understand how the LC is advised. LCs are opened electronically through SWIFT. The advising bank will print the SWIFT message, put its rubber stamp and reference number on the LC and send it to the seller under a covering letter which will be signed by an official of the bank. This is the process of advising the LC. Now, the seller had verified the authenticity of the LC sent by the buyer's bank. Sometimes the seller, not being sure of the financial standing on the buyer's bank, may insist on a bank in his country to add their guarantee to the LC. Though the LC is already advised by a bank, the seller wanted to make sure one more confirmation from another bank in his country. A bank in the seller's country confirms that the LC issuing bank will honor the commitment, and if they do not do so, the confirming bank will meet the obligation. So the confirming bank undertakes to make payment to the seller in case the issuing bank is not making payment. The bank which adds its guarantee to the LC is known as the confirming bank. Now in this process, so far we have seen the opening bank or the issuing bank, the advising bank, the third, the confirming bank. Now there is a bank which is called as negotiating bank. After receipt of the LC and getting the LC advised and confirmed, the seller will dispatch the goods and submits the documents mentioned in the LC along with the printout of the LC to his bank. Since the issuing bank has guaranteed payment of bills drawn under the LC, any bank will be happy to give an advance against the LC. The seller's bank or any other bank the seller approaches after checking the documents and satisfying itself that all the conditions of LC have been complied with, may advance the amount of bill to the seller. In other words, the bank will discount the bill. Discounting a bill accompanied by an LC is known as negotiation of the bill. The bank which negotiates a bill under LC is known as the negotiating bank. So far the process is, the seller receives the LC from the buyer's bank. Seller gets the LC advised by a bank. Seller may seek an additional confirmation from another bank which is called as a confirming bank. Then seller dispatches the goods to the buyer. Seller submits the documents which include the proof of shipping to his bank or any other bank. Seller seeks finance against the documents. Bank discounts the bill and extends the finance to the seller. Now the seller has received the advance from a bank. Now the negotiating bank, that is the bank which have discounted the bill, will give proof of shipment to the issuing bank. Normally, it will be mentioned in the LC that any bank negotiating the bill under the LC can claim the amount from the issuing bank electronically. Making payment to the negotiating bank on the basis of a message is called reimbursement. Now the issuing bank will collect the amount of the bill from the buyer and will give him the proof of shipping. Issuing bank will make payment to the negotiating bank or seller's bank and collect the shipping document. Buyer gives the shipping documents to the shipper and collects the goods. So far, there is a buyer. The buyer's bank opens the LC. LC is sent to the seller. Seller gets the LC advised. Seller gets the LC confirmed. Seller dispatches the goods, gives the proof of shipping to his bank. His bank or any other bank gives him advance, and the negotiating bank sends the proof of shipping to the issuing bank. Issuing bank gives the proof of shipment to the buyer. Buyer makes the payment to the issuing bank, and the buyer gets the bill of lading and other documents to collect the goods either from airways or from the port. Buyer gives a shipping document to the shipper and collects the documents. Sometimes there is a role of a correspondent bank. It is possible that a bank has issued an LC in the currency of another country. For instance, an Indian bank has issued an LC in US dollars. Naturally, the negotiating bank has to be paid in US dollars, which can be done by a bank in USA. The Indian bank will instruct in the LC that the reimbursement claims have to be sent to their correspondent bank in the USA, whom they would have instructed separately to honor such claims. The bank from which reimbursement is to be claimed is called the reimbursement bank. In this case, the correspondent bank will make payment to the negotiating bank and collects the amount from the issuing bank. This is the role of a correspondent bank when the LCs are issued in different currencies. So parties involved in an LC transaction can be summarized as under. Opener or applicant is a buyer. Opening or issuing bank is a buyer's bank. Beneficiary is the seller in whose favor the LC is issued. There is a bank which verifies the authenticity of LC, which is in the seller's country, and that bank is called advising bank. A bank in the seller's country that adds guarantee to the LC is called the confirming bank. The bank which advances money to the seller is called a negotiating bank, and the bank issuing bank's correspondent which settles the claim of the negotiating bank is called the reimbursing bank. So in this video series 89, we have learned letter of credit. Various parties involved in an LC transaction and the process involved in the letter of credit transaction. Subscribe to this channel to receive intimation on my new videos. Subscription is free of cost. Press the like button and share the information with your friends. In my next video series 90, I shall continue our discussion on another topic on lending. Thank you all very much. Visit my website www.lendinghub.co.in. Thank you very much.